Mm. I'm thinking, sorry about the yawn, because I've been working crazy with not trying, but getting the orders out for my customers. We had to order new containers. Well, first, I'm going to explain who I am. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We have been working on quite a few projects. One of the projects we've been working on is the silver paint, silver screen paint. So usually, like I said in my demonstrations, I'm not a big fan of silver screens because due to the fact that lack of contrast, lack of color pop, I really don't. I really prefer darker screens than that, and especially with the Phoenix. Before we had Nova. Nova. Also, I have a customer demonstration too. I want to post too, also too. But customers, I'm getting mixed up here. I have a customer's demonstration we're going to post. But let's get back to this. Okay, so um, the thing about the Novas, the 17, the blacks, they can produce really, really good white levels, but not to the level of a Phoenix. A Phoenix, the white levels are freaking crazy, insane bright. So Phoenixes can do the same thing that a gray can do. They can produce white levels, contrast, color, the whole 9 yards. But still, consider the fact, taking a page from a particular individual, his book, he was actually very right on this one when he said that. And I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, am I really just trying to shove it down people's throats that saying that you have to go with black, you have to go with black? I should have a lighter screen in there, a selection for some customers that may want lighter screen paint. And this I should have did, but I didn't do it because I was so obsessed with the black levels of having that dark contrast. And don't get me wrong, yes, I do believe that dark contrast. Contrast is everything. I do believe the darker screens are much more superior. It shows it with big companies. Big companies will have the white screens mid, and then they'll have that dark, which is the mid anyway. But then they'll have that gunmetal, really dark, dark, dark screen, and those are the most expensive ones. So yes, the black screens, the gunmetals are more superior. But like I said, people still like that traditional silver. That's what they like. So we started working on a silver screen. Now, hardest thing about working on a lighter screen paint is the fact that you have to get to pull those contrast levels, which are extremely important for the screen to do. So we have something here. We're working on it. Like we're working on it. There's a few elements that are missing, but it's actually going to be quite very nice. And this is going to allow you to be able to have the high white levels. Your contrast are going to be good. They're going to be good, but they're not going to be at the superior rate of a black screen, but they're going to be good. And this is for those of you who still like those traditional light screens. This is why we're developing this. We're trying to satisfy everybody. So I can give him credit on that. He was definitely right on that one. When I really started to sit down and think about it, I said, well, I should have another screen in there for a selection for somebody because I should be open-minded. And mind you, we used to develop great technology. So great technology, silver. This used to be our original field before we got into the darker screens. So that's why I went all in on developing this silver product to make sure my customers get a silver screen. It is going to be superb. So these are the labels. Went out and got different containers. Went out and got customized certain labels, and with the nice shiny silky paper they went with it to give that kind of silver metallic look to it. So we can add something right nice to the container. I wanted something. I still might change out these containers. I might make these bone white. I just have to go on Uline and figure out which ones we got because I can't get like any container because the containers have to fit the packages right. And if they don't, then we have a problem with trying to get the packages shipped out because they won't fit correctly. So I'm still going to go back and experiment and get some whiter labels. Because I want whiter containers. I want I like that bone white that comes with it. I think that's real nice. I like these because these are wide mouth. These are easy to pour for my containers for my customers. But I'm really happy about this. So that's why I'm taking my time and we're really researching on exactly what elements we can drop in there. Now, this is going to be a spray-on application. It is going to be extremely easy. It's not like with the invisibles. Invisibles are way different when you coat those. We're going to be doing a demonstration on the visible. Visibles require coat one time, a dusting, because this is a screen you got to see through. So you can't have any imperfections because you're actually looking through the screen. This one's not see-through, so this makes it easier. We do require you to prime the surface. We do require that. Like coating of anything. Doesn't make a difference what kind of paint. You just want to prime your surface first before you apply it. I prefer like a gray primer to coat the surface first, like a light gray, and then basically once you blast over this, you'll see the difference. Because like I said, we want something a little interesting for our customers. So let's show you the test container. What we got now, I'm gonna shake it up a bit. I made a gallon of it because usually I make them in quarts. But I made a gallon of it because I want enough of it to play around. Now the screen we're going to use to coat this too, it's going to be something really interesting. It's going to, we're getting something that I'll show you the links where we're going to build the screen from. It's very easy. We're making a screen from styrofoam. It's a special kind of styrofoam to use for insulating and soundboarding. Like when you have a studio, it doesn't have the combs on, it's flat. And it's a different kind of styrofoam we're looking for. So it's kind of a soundproof kind of screen when you think about it, but it's pretty cool. So we found like blocks of it, big blocks of it. We're going to tape all the blocks together. Going to prime all that down, and then we're going to coat the surface with it, and we're done with it. Because I need something lightweight that can move back and forth. I'm going to try to do like 100 out of these blocks, maybe like 110 or 120. We'll get a pretty good size screen with it. So this is it right here. We're probably around like around 2 elements have to be dropped into it. They had to be shipped overnight overseas to get our hands on it, because just the element there we need, very important to get it to trigger. I'll show you. And we'll have all the instructions for it. Very easy. Shake well, all that. There you are. We're just waiting for one element. See that bar of interesting color that flashes across it? Told you it's going to be very beautiful. I don't know what's more beautiful when the screen's on or off. So we needed something that had to be silver, but you see that blackness pushing through it? Yeah, that's that ability to be able to pull contrast levels. Even if the screen is even light, it has color shifting technology. It has a lot of interesting stuff in it. We're able to bid into it. One of the things we're able to bid into, which was actually quite interesting, is the color, that contrast shifting. Like those blue screens can sit there and show you a blue image, and then boom, they can turn nice and dark. It has it. It can pull contrast level, and a very good one too. I can tell by looking at it. I haven't had a chance to test it, but I can tell you right from the door. There's no gray screen that's going to put up with me to handle it. Not this stuff. That stuff is really interesting. So we're just waiting for 2 elements. They're coming in from Japan. I had to fly them in from Japan. Certain thing that I need to get the screen to pop just perfectly. And once it's done, I'm cleaning up my Wagner 250. Now, we chose the Wagner 250 because number one, the formula is made to feed through it. It's a stain sprayer, very easy to use, not hard, not intimidating. If you can use an aerosol can, you can use a Wagner 250. We suggest a foot away from the screen, as I suggest with any paint sprayer, a foot away from the screen. It isn't a back and forth motion, that's basically about it. The reason why we chose to make it a spray on, because we needed the formula to be in my little box. It's right there, the shot. Sorry about that. We need it to be in a very concentrated form. Now, usually when we're dealing with darker screens, we can make those roll-ons. Those are easy to do. But this is a little different. Can't do it with this one. This one has to be concentrated. The more concentrated the product is, the more pure it becomes, the more light can transfer through and reflect off the screen, the more whiter the image becomes. It's a thing about, I can't get into it. It's a science behind it. It's a crazy science behind it. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see what Crazy's doing. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you're attacking your bag. Go ahead and attack your bag. Early in the morning, boy. I haven't had an animal. You have to understand, I haven't had a pet in 10 years. Like a long time I haven't had a pet. This is my first one having a cat in 10 years. And I'm used to getting up in the morning and not hearing jack in my house. I like the quietness. I do. I enjoy peace and quiet. No noise, no quietness. And I'm getting used to hearing running through the house all night. So I gotten used to it now. But right now I just ordered her a new cat gym. I should be here shortly. I keep her occupied in a tablet so she can watch her cat TV. But let's get back to this right here. So we'll be running a series of tests. And these are going to be, the tests have to be brutal. They have to be, because we need to make sure the screen is going to do what it's designed to do. And you need to see exactly the limitations of what the product can do. So it's very important these tests are run. Okay. As for screen paint products, yes, we will be testing against screen paint mixes. That's why we put our orders in last night. I wasn't joking. Last night we had the person who places the orders. She put an order in for all of the screen paint mixes, not just him. Knox, another company by the name of Knox, they make a great screen paint. So we have our work cut out for it, because there's a lot of people who make great screen paint. So it's not just Crow. Keep in mind, it's a company called Knox. I think they're NOX. There's a few other companies out there. One of them, I don't know about that one. Like, I'm not. I got a limit. I told you I got 4 grand in my account that was shopping to buy up samples. Um, some of them are just a little too crazy. I'm not going to go near those. But a few of them from Elite Screens. Elite Screen has a screen called a. We got the Cillian Light 2. We need the Cillian Light 3. We desperately need that badly. Really can't go near Black Diamond right now because Black Diamond doesn't have. Well, we're testing the other great black screens here. We could, but what we have right now, Black Diamond doesn't make any form of grayer surface screen. So that's out the window. That's just something I don't know about. But until then, we're going to be going on Elite Screens. We're going to be tracking down a lot of their stuff. We had a good amount of their collection, but I want a little bit more than that. And we got Vivid Storm here. We got just about everything here. Let me show you what we got in the collection right now. I gotta do a better job of my collections. Now this is a fellow by the name of Pro Screen. That's his product right there. So let me get my lights on the white over here because we have pink mode right now for my kitchen. Let me see. Wait. White level on my these crazy remote controls, man. This is the only one. I gotta take these out. These lights eventually have to come out because for some reason my lights in my gaming room would trigger these off. Here we go. Oh, let's get some. I gotta change my light bulbs in here. What am I doing? I keep forgetting the whole kitchen. I've used LED lights so much lately. I forget I got lights in my old house. All right, so I gotta get these all flattened out nice because some of these are bent a little crazy. So let's see. We need more of these. We definitely need more of these. The acoustic screens we need more of. I like these white screens. We will be testing against white screens. That's very important to do the white levels. And I gotta clean these down tonight. I want to clean all these down tonight. That is a good color we can go with. Anything too dark we can't go with because right now we're going to be testing out. And I got to get some lighter sample sheets. These things are too heavy. I might have to buy his personal mix again because we don't have any more of that. We're out of that completely. So we're going to have to go in and order another one from him for that one as well. Even though, like I said, I told you from the door that we know how to make it, all right? But that's not the way you do things. You don't do things like that. We have to do a proper unboxing, which means when the containers get here, we will do an unboxing. We will open them up showing proof that we do have the item and we're going to do this. We do this right away. We're not going to show you a container without no labels or pouring something on it. We can't. You don't do that. You have to be professional about it. You know, if I'm going to be having you guys purchasing my products, I have to be professional about it. I have to show you exactly what you're getting. Some of these sample sheets I hope I can clean because the DMP Supernovas are a pain in the neck to get your hands on. They are a pain in the neck to get your hands on. I had to go through several emails just to get those things. This is a DMP Supernova. Now we're going to do gunmetal. We're going to do all of them. We're not just going to select gray. We're going to do gunmetal, all of them, because I need to see where my screen stands at. These are the darker sample sheets we have here. All these are going to be clean. You can wipe down. All going to wipe down and clean today. So I'll get these all cleaned up for these demonstrations. I'm excited about this. You know why? Because I haven't really got a chance to. I've developed some great screens. I did the light. We did the light, you know, but I never really took the time out because, you know, it was a light screen. Even though it did pull its contrast levels, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. But I never really went in, like, buy special containers and special labels and everything for it. So, like I said, he was right. I give him that much. He was right. He was right when he said that. Oh God, I gotta change the light bulb. It's like I was a Portadice lamp right here, light right here, because I keep forgetting to change it. The light here. Let's go over here and use this one instead. Let's see. I gotta change that light today. Get around to change it to it. I'm definitely gonna be using this one. That's better. But he was right on that one. That I should have an option there. Now we did have an option there back then. We had an option with the ultralight gray. We had an option with we had some ultralight gray screens in there, but I converted back to black screens because, like I said, Novas at the time, they could produce white levels, but not at the level of a Phoenix. Phoenix white levels are really crazy high. So, you know, you can see in the demonstration, they do the work of both screens. But like I said, you know, some people, it's color for them. A lot of you not. Some people, it's just color. Some people don't want a black screen on their wall. Some people want that silver look on their wall. So that's what they want. So I thought about it. I said, you know, he's right on that one. We need to cater to everybody. So that's when we started working on the silver. Now, the 1% we had was good, but it's not where it was supposed to be at. I really didn't put an effort into it, but it was good. But still, this one I put an effort into it. I worked hard at this one. So This is going to be very nice. Spent a few dollars to make sure we got this one done, and it was nice for our customers. This right here is a DMP supernova. This is the prototype light. This is the one that flickers on and off like crazy. I got to go in there and I got to basically put a new lamp in there. We have 2 new projectors coming in. We're not new. We have a Chrissy short throw, which I'm really excited about because Chrissy short throw projectors are very expensive, people. You have no idea how hard it is to run across one of them. I ran across one by accident. I got a Chrissy projector, got it here, didn't even know it was short throw lens in it, turned it on, boom, the screen was really freaking huge from where we're standing at. And I'm like, what's wrong with the screen? And I've noticed it was a short throw lens because like most of the times you can go out and you can get an Optima or a Sony, one of them, and it'll say short throw and you're good. When Chrissy says short throw, expect to have the minimum of maybe 10 to 15 grand in your banking account. That's how expensive one of those short throws are. So in order to get a short throw for a cheaper price, you got to find somebody that can actually go into the projector and remove the lens from it and put another one in. And not only that, the lens alone for the short throw projector for Chrissy is freaking insane. Even for one that's outdated, it's crazy insane. It's like, at least you're going to pay for it's like probably 7 to 10 grand. You may be lucky if you get one for 2,000 or 13,000 or something like that. It's crazy expensive for that lens. Ultra short though, I don't want to talk about how crazy those things are. So if you got an interchangeable projector, which I have in the next room, it's interchangeable. I can just pull my lens out at will. Well, I can't do that because the lenses are crazy expensive, so I can't afford the lenses. So I can do that. I can ultra short throw that projector. Ultra short throw it. I can freaking mid throw it. I can anything I want. You just have to be there for the lenses. So lenses are so expensive. So I got blessed because the person who was selling the projector had a short throw lens in it. I'm like, wait a minute, I got a short throw lens in it? They installed it in there. So they installed the short throw lens with it. I'm like, that ain't right. That can't be right. And they charged $480 altogether. It came to $500. So that was a good deal. He has 2 more in there. So I may go in there and buy another one from him because I need one really badly. We need one for the gaming screen. So you forget that we're building a 8-foot, 10-foot screen in one of the rooms, and oh man, I get my vaccine. My second vaccine shot comes on the 14th. So after the 14th, I figure a day or so I'm gonna be jacked up pretty bad. I don't know. I don't want to go through the second shot. I don't know. The first shot wasn't. The first shot wasn't really that bad. Some people are terrified of it, but the first shot, well, for me, wasn't that bad. I was more concerned about all the different medications I had in my system, if they were going to conflict with what they were going to give me. That's what I was concerned about. I really was concerned about that. To be honest and truthfully, I was scared to death. I was scared to death. A lot of people are like, don't be scared to death. You're going to be okay. I ain't trying to discourage you from taking it at all. I'm just telling you from my honest point of view how I felt. But then again, I was already going through crap as it is, with not being able to breathe and have problems waking up in the morning, stuff like that, which is much better now because the new medication they got me on. But other than that, still going through that process. And then all the stuff you're taking on top of that. So people have like medical problems and stuff and they're terrified of taking it. I would say just take it, I'm not saying just take it, but consult a doctor, which I did. I consulted a doctor first, a specialist, before going down that road. And they were like, well, what you have in your chest already with the scarring of your lungs, I think you might want to go get that done because that's the first thing that thing hits. So I was like, yeah, I better get this done. So what I did was I tell people, just relax. Find something that basically, when you come home, that allows you to be able to relax. Don't think about it too much. Don't let your anxieties kick in. Because that's the first thing that's going to kick in, is those anxieties are going to pop in. So just do some relax. Find something that you enjoy to do in the day that relaxes. It could be video games. It could be anything. It could be watching that AMSR. That's what I like to watch. Christian music, whatever it is. Zone in on that. And it'll sooner or later be through your system and you'll be good to go. Just anxiety is the part that bothers you the most. That's what it is. You'll feel a little discomfort. You will. But nothing to the point where you're going to have paramedics and all that stuff at your house and stuff like that. Just find something that relaxes you and do that all day. Zone out. And you'll get through it. Me, I sat down when I already at the door and I got the shot. I remember sitting there. I was with my friend and her kids. And when they put it in my arm, I was already on stuff already when I came in there. So, but when they put it in my arm, I got really drowsy. Really, really tired, really fast. So as I was just watching me, they make you wait like 15 minutes before you can leave, just to make sure. So I was there, I was just meditating and praying. just calming my heart rate down, meditating, praying. Meditating, praying. Don't let the anxiety get in there. Just meditate and pray. Looking around the store, giving myself word games, stuff like that to keep myself occupied. And then once I know it was clear, everything was okay, I started doing some shopping. I went and bought myself a lot of junk food, a lot of junk food. Like I was going on a frat party. And I went home, turned on my screen, put on some AMSR, listen to quiet because the people are whispering. You know, it puts me to sleep. Put that on a little bit. Just got the cat. My anxieties were triggering off when I got the cat too, because when I got the cat, I'm figuring that, oh, she's gonna kill me because of her dander and allergy. Nope, didn't bother me at all. So cat was good support. It was nice having a cat in the house. Good support to have an animal in the house, something you can confront. You know, she knows when I'm having these little attacks. It's weird because I'm on the sofa and I'm sitting, I may be having an attack, and she'll jump right next to me and sit there and start purring, and anxiety start dropping. Boom. Yeah, nice to have around. So God knew He was doing what He brought her in my life. But anyway, yeah. So I sat down surrounded in chips. I surrounded with chips, Doritos, everything like chips and all kinds of junk food stuff I like to eat when I'm snacking out and just watch westerns. That's my thing. I like to watch westerns. I started off with The Magnificent Seven, Fistful of Dollars, High Plains Drifter. And as you know, between that and listen to that AMSR, went to sleep and woke up, and that's it. And the arm was hurting like crazy on one side, but it feels like when somebody gives you birthday punches, that's what it feels like. And then after that, going through my system, everything's good. I'm still here. So that was my main concern right there. But at least it's a sign of comfort, because that customer would have never, ever been able to walk into this house if I didn't have that shot at me. I got one of them. I was masked up. We kept our distance, and he was fully vaccinated. He showed his card when he came to the door. No one can come in this house unless you're fully vaccinated, and you still have to keep your distance. So he did. He was respectful, because you see I was walking in group too. He kept his distance, but he had his mask on. I had my mask on, and practice safety and stuff like that. Even if when I'm fully vaccinated, I'm still going to be doing that 6 distance rule. Try to keep distance rule, but keep my mask is always going to stay on, no matter what. So. For some people, it may offend them. So you can wear your mask? Yeah, I'm wearing it. Yeah. I'm not going to get into the scientific point of view of viruses, but I know quite a bit. I know quite a bit about viruses. I mean, not to the point where I can be a rocket scientist, but enough to know that it's not something you really want to mess around with, honestly. And to tell you the truth, I'm glad we're past the point of the 2019 fiasco. But the thing about it is, people have to understand that this is a virus. Viruses have the ability to be able to regenerate and evolve into much worse things. And the thing that basically doesn't terrify me so much, but the fact that now you have a Delta. What the freak is a Delta? No one saw that coming. But it's natural that they evolve. Common flu evolved all the time. Every year, if you notice, every time you was getting a shot, it was something different. But like I said, as long as everybody do what we're supposed to do, we can get rid of it. It'll go eventually. How many other diseases we have floating on the earth that we deal with? They don't talk about whatchamacallit anymore. What's it called? Leprosy. There you go. It's a whole lot of diseases. That's not the only one. The earth is full of diseases and bacteria. Do you have any idea what kind of stuff roams on the earth every single day? It's insane. It's just that you need one element to meet another one, and boom, you got something new crazy running around. Yeah, Earth's an interesting place. There's a lot of bacteria, and there's a lot of cures on the earth too. Earth's an interesting place. So let me get back to this, because I can go on and on and on. I'm in discussion groups. I'm in a whole lot of discussion groups where I like to talk with people back and forth. I get to learn things, stuff like that. I go to discussion groups because I don't go there full glass. I go there empty, completely empty. So much knowledge I can learn from these people. If I find somebody out there who's doing drywalling, I will get to be their friend. Not just a little drywall. I get to meet a new friend, and I learn a skill level that I never knew. And then one day, if I happen to fall through a wall in here and bust a hole in my wall by accident, I can repair it myself. Now, this is ultra short throw. These are the ultra short throws. We need more of these. This just the 3 I'm missing. That's their best one, and I can't seem to find it on the website. So I think I'm gonna have to call in for this one. This is daylight. We need a couple more daylight light screens, but then again, I don't think it's important to have the daylight light screens, because this is their highest and the best one that they have right here. These are the best ones. They have 2 of these. They have a darker version like this, and then they have a lighter version. I think we're just going to stack this up with all the Elite screens. So what we should do is stack this up with, and category this when we have everybody here, because I got to go buy more today. So these are the Elite screens right here. That's the Darkstar 9. You can get these right off their website. Where do we can buy them off the website? These are cheap. Elite Screen has the best, I think, when it comes to the sample. Sample sheets are very cheap, very affordable. And then they have all the descriptions and stuff on the side, which I like. I don't like getting sample sheets and they come and have no description next to them. It always just sample sheet. There's nothing there with it behind it. So I don't like those too much. This one right here, these are daylight screens. They're samples. I'm gonna put them over there. Don't worry, my oven's not even on. I don't even use my oven anymore. Ever since I got the air fryer, I do air fry everything. This is also another version of the screens. That's not the color of it. This would be the color of it. I'm gonna put that right over here. I'm gonna wash and clean these down today. We have the cinema gray. Now I told you when it comes to the colors, you have your light screens. When it comes to Elite screens, right here. This is different. This is gonna cost you a little more. So that's acoustic. And then you have your lighter gray ones right there. These are the mid-gray screens. That's the one that's gonna cost you the most money. That's the gunmetal. Gunmetal's gonna cost you a little bit more money. About $3,000 more. About, yeah, you're gonna pay $3,000 for that one. This is what, oh, all right, so Seymour AV, when they do their screens, they send your sample sheets right here on the corner. That's how you know. That's a matinee black. Right there, that's what that stands for. B stands for the matinee black. So we're just prepping and getting ready for that silver technology. So we make sure we have all our sample sheets ready to go. And I gotta go pick up some tape too. So I can kind of pull this off the side of it. We gotta pull this. Oh man, Mother George. Hold on for a minute. Okay, I'm trying to make sure all these are nice and clean because I gotta wash it. These screens can be washed down. We gotta wash these down. Now, once I get the backyard cut and we come at a predator view, because if you see my backyard is literally like predator. A lot of you know. You walk up in there, there's tall tree, grass. I got a crew coming in. We're gonna do an inflatable projection screen. People have been asking about that, doing inflatable projection screens. I'm doing inflatable projection screen. But I actually should be buying one tonight. Now, the thing about the inflatable projection screens, why I have you here, is the fact that you can't just paint any inflatable projection screen. Hold on for a minute. I gotta adjust my clothes real quick. You have to use an inflatable projection screen with a black backing. It can't be rear. We're gonna test them. We're working on a rear projection screen paint for fabric, but that's not here yet. But until then, if you're gonna be coating an inflatable projection screen with this technology, I would suggest the silver. I would suggest with the darker technologies for that. We do suggest that you use an inflatable projection screen. See how this has some wrinkles in it? We gotta lay a book on top of this to flatten this out. If you don't, the images aren't going to come up right because see how it's folded here? It has to lay flat. It's going to reflect the light the wrong way. It's going to come up dark on edges. So these have to be flat. So we need a book for this one. We put this right here to lay flat. I want $100 if she's over by my projector. Yep, right over by my projector. No, hey, madam! What did I tell you about staying away from my projector? Yeah, I see you. Get away from there. You know better than that. So this thing is another project on its own. It's bolted to my floor right now. It's not going anywhere. But I don't want her rocking this thing back and forth and knock this thing over. See how rickety this is? This thing has to be secure to my base right now. And I don't want her rocking this over for it. The fact is, it's $500, but you understand, this projector is hard to get. I mean, really hard to get. If I could find another one, I would buy another one today, but I can't. And the other ones I found right now have fake listings on them. They have what if somebody Google and copied and pasted the ad. I don't go near those. But this is a really hard projector to get. If you try, they still have them in circulation, but they want like $5,000 for them. Some of them even want worse. And the ones I've seen on the site that have the fake listings on them, they want somewhere between $900 and up. I only paid $5 for mine. And it's probably I don't have remote control. And like I said, with the Google picture on it, I don't know what condition is in it. So she breaks this thing. What's going to happen is I'll have the money to buy another one. I just can't get another one. I'm not going to spend $5,000 for it. So I'm trying to keep her butt away from this because for some reason she's attracted to that stand right there. She likes to throw her toys underneath of it and act like she's grabbing them. So This thing right here, I had 2 stands coming in right now. This thing is going to be all the way up here like this. It's going to be up here when I get done. I need it high enough. Now, the way the Christies are made, like you've seen upstairs, I can have my projector here. I can hit that screen. I can lens shift it, boom, right in there with no problem. These projectors are designed to do that. But I need to get this thing mounted and bracket to the wall. So I already got it bolted to the floor here and here. It's all bolted in. It's not going anywhere. I just don't want it to hit this thing and this thing fall over and break, and then I'm out on a projector and I can't get another one. So for some reason, I got to keep her from here. So right now, once the other 2 pieces get in, we're going to stack those up. We're going to lock them into the wall here and here. They're not going anywhere. And this will be sturdy and she can play on this all she wants. I don't have to worry about her rocking it back and forth. But until then, I need to keep her butt off with it. She got all this room. How the freak, you got all this room to play in the house and the entire upstairs, and you want to be attracted to this. The one place I don't need you at that you could bust up and break something that I can't get back. These have the interchangeable lenses, so I can just pull these out. So this one I'm going to put up here. Now this, I need the racks open because the racks being open will allow me to get to my light. Oh, this light doesn't even work. I don't even know what this even goes to tell you the truth. I've been flacking that thing on and off since I've been here. I have no idea where this goes to. It's weird. I got to come out here with my phone and link it up to my cameras outside. I wonder if it hits a light outside somewhere. It's probably something weird. It'd be funny if I'm hitting that thing on and off. It was my neighbor's garage next door. It'd be funny as I don't know what, but we know it's not going to happen. So I got this open so I can get to my thermostat. But you'll see how I bracket it up. I'm going to make it a little nice, put some soft neon into it. It's going to be really cool when we get done with it. But until then, I got to keep you-know-who off my freaking whatchamacallit. What is wrong with her? How many places she got? She's scared of the rug. That's the best thing I ever bought in my entire life real quick. You see this rug, this kind of a silky rug? I bought this thing on Amazon. Best thing ever. And I'll tell you why it's the best thing ever. Because the minute I open up this door to get packages for my, take packages out for customers or things that have to be done, people may come over, she jets out the door. Because when I got her, she's an outdoor cat. So she runs right out the door. She has the whole backyard to play in. When we get it all cut down, she wants to go outside and play, but she likes to jet out the door. And in this neighborhood, she's small. We got things out here at night that will kill her. So we got raccoons, we got possums, and possums are bold. They come right up on the porch. I've shown pictures of possums walking on the porch. We got foxes, all kinds of stuff. They're coming at night, and if she's out there, she's going to get killed easily. They'll kill her. So I don't want to get bit by rabies or anything like that. I want to make sure she stays in the house and she's safe. So that carpet is interesting because she will not touch that carpet at all, period. She will go under here. Her favorite spot to lay is here. She will come all the way across here, crawl across me, and jump down there. She's terrified of wherever that is. I don't know. So I'm going to buy me one and put it right there. I'm going to buy me one and put it right there. So that way I can have the door open and she won't cross it. I noticed that. Yeah, you don't like it, do you? Kitty Kaboom. You can't stand that, whatever that is. You don't like it. I'm going to put one right here. And I thought to myself, the whole cucumber incident in cats, how they're terrified of them. Should we really be eating cucumbers? Maybe they're like some kind of alien creature waiting to hatch. You ever seen the movie called, what's that movie called? The Eggplant People. I forgot. The Body Snatchers. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You never saw that. You weren't even born. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. If you ever saw that classic, I'm thinking like, if cats are so terrified of eggplants, not eggplants, of cucumbers, should we eat them? Why are you so terrified about that? Okay, that right there, that's the cinema gray. So here, showing you the category of screens. This is 800, 900 to 800, right? Light screen, as you can see, look how light it is, right? The white screens are always going to be cheaper, but this is going to be much more expensive because this is an acoustic screen. I'll just show you the levels of screens and colors really quick. I know why they did this silver, because it's ultra short throw, that's why. There we go, see right here. It's a little darker. Right here, this is the cinema gray, which is going to cost you a little more. And then you get over to this big boy right there. That's the most expensive screen out of all of them. 3,000, 1,400, maybe 1,600, and then you get up to around 800, and then the bottom dollar screens are like 130, 140, 150. So, you know, when someone tells you that the gray screens are supposed to be a more superior screen, no. Even big companies know that. Let me ask you a question. What color is your TV? Is your TV gray or black? It's black, ain't it? There you go. That should tell you right there. Because if you came up in my era where I was coming up, TVs were gray. They were bone gray. They were like the same color as this. They were bone gray. It has great big huge wooden massive cabinet attached to them with a remote control. It looked like he was trying to break down the Death Star from Star Wars. Huge, big, huge, massive clicker. That's how TVs were when I was coming up. We had a floor model RCA. Oh man, when you're moving, imagine people griping about moving a TV today compared to when I was a kid and you had to move an RCA floor model. Do you have any idea how heavy that freaking TV was? I mean, it was the equivalent of your refrigerator and you were moving out. That thing was heavy. It wasn't a one-man job, I'll tell you that much. It really wasn't. I was one of them all-day jobs where your father and his friends are sitting around drinking beer and they got the TV halfway through the doorway and the wife is talking about, you going to get that out the door? Like, are you kidding me? How much this thing weighs? It's one of them things. Them episodes, that TV was freaking heavy. So, you know, at time you watch TV, the evolution of TV change. And, you know, I remember the first time I saw a flat screen TV, I told you that. It was a commercial, Magnavox had it. And they showed this company, these couple, they had this apartment, it was real thin, like a billboard. And they were trying to figure out what kind of TV to put in there. And the guy had this idea, like, dink, over top of it, and they came back with this really thin TV and hung it up on the wall. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? I can hang that thing on the wall? And hang a TV on the wall like that, like flat to the wall, like a picture frame. Blew my mind. It's the first time I ever saw one of those flat TVs like that. I never did hang my TV to a wall. I never hung a TV to a wall. I never did. I just kept it flat, but I never did. But I thought that was mind blowing. And TVs got thinner and thinner. But then you got around to, you got the gray screens that came, the floor models. And then screens started to get a little bit darker. They got like a little bit more like kind of a gunmetal, like a darker design to it. Then you had the Sony Vega. Good. That's a nightmare. If you worked in Tweeters, Best Buy, Circuit City, so they didn't come up when Solos was out. Solos had the Super TV. They had Tobishi Super TV. Oh my goodness, I used to hate people who used to order that darn thing. That was the biggest. Look that up. Tobishi Super Tube. Oh my goodness, the back of that TV was the equivalent of the back of a Honda. I lie to you not, they were freaking huge. It was a big 40-inch TV, a tube TV at that. Do you have any idea how big a 40-inch tube TV is? That is massive, a TV. It was huge. And it had these big speakers, Yamaha speakers you would connect to the side of it. At that particular time, you had one of them. You was boss. You was boss. You had one of them. But that still came with the rounded corners on it. Slightly rounded corners. It was just big and bulky. But they were like, what color were they? They were kind of like, they were like a dark, they were like a gray, something like this. Like this, a little bit grayer. Maybe, no. A little bit like this. They were like a little bit like that, but they weren't dark gray yet. And then you got into the Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas, what was different about the Sony Vega? Sony Vega had that whoop, 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 that sharp, flat, sharp. That flat, sharp kind of screen. It was like having a flat screen TV, but you still had this massive, giant backing to the back of it. You know what I mean? It wasn't as big as the Super Tube, but it was big. I get my charger real quick. It wasn't as big as the Super Tube, but it was big. But it had a massive backing to the back. It was not massive, but it was heavy. Oh God, those things were heavy. Even the freaking 13 inches were heavy. They were heavy. So they were the big craze for a while. Where's my charger at? Oh my goodness, got all this stuff down here. I can't find a freaking charger. My wire entanglement. I gotta get this up clean. Wire management. I got wire management. That was just through the house. I just did a Jacob 2-2. Through the house. Get my wire management done. But anyway, yeah. I remember we got orders for them. Sony Vegas. Oh, I used to hate those TVs, man. These were gonna kill me picking those things up. And I wasn't a big man at the time. I was a small dude. I was a thin dude. But anyway. Yeah, and the Sony Vegas came out, and the TV, when I came in, I first saw it, I went was so bad, but they were so expensive. Sony Vega, they had that corner to corner, nice dark tube was nice and dark. And then you saw, as TVs went on progress, now we had OLED. OLED TVs are super jet black. There you go. So that's why I ask people, you know, people that want to go on and on about these gray screens being the top superior screens. They're not the top superior screens. The top superior screens are black. So if you go look at your TV right now, look at your TV. What color is your TV right now? Is it gray? Oh, your TV is black. That's why. So that's the evolution. If you go back and you look at TVs when they first started off, they were gray. They went from a darker gray to a jet black. So That's where that technology is with that. And they are crazy. The last time I looked at a TV, I looked at the outdoor TVs. You've seen the outdoor TVs you can have in your backyard? My goodness, are you kidding me? You could buy you another car with those things. I saw one. It was an 80-inch. They wanted $30,000. 80-inch for a $30,000 screen. I'm like, are you crazy? Okay, these right here, I'm with these mixed up. This right here, this has got to be, that's Seymour AV, so that's them. What do we got here? This is DMP Supernova. Let's clean up, that's them. We got DMP Supernova. Elite screens should be done. I'm charging for my phone. I think we got all of theirs in there. Who is this one? This one is a matte black that belongs to them. This is junk that I have in my kitchen drawer, which I have no idea why it's in there. I got to take the time to get in here and clean out my kitchen drawers. They are a mess. This right here is Vivistorm. Got a nice. Now, if you want these sample sheets, you can get these on Amazon right now, 20 bucks. They give you a good selection of these if you want to test out on screen paint products and stuff like that. So do your own research, test them out. You know what I mean? I don't mind if you do test on my products. I really don't. See, people have to understand. And I have a legal team now. Yeah, I told you I'm getting one. I'm working on getting a legal team. The reason why it's gotten to the point now with the lawsuits that are coming up is because, like I said, I don't mind. If you want to do side-by-side demonstrations with our products, go ahead. That's what you're supposed to do. But don't tamper with the products. Don't make the products seem to be something that they're not going to be. Don't do stuff like that. Stuff like that will get you sued. Not only by me, but other companies will sue the daylights out of you for it. You know, if you want in there, the reason why Screen Innovation didn't come at us on that full force by suing us by saying that we said something about their screens, because what we said about their screen was true. The black diamond has a narrow viewing cone. When you turn to the side, it turns dark. They do. So, you know, you can't get on me about that because it's true. But if I put something up there that wasn't really true about their product and try to tear their product down and try to make it seem like something that it wasn't, then they don't have the grounds to file a lawsuit against me. They can sue me. Because I would have to go into court and I would have to prove to the judge that their screens are really doing this and they're saying they're not doing this. I would have to have a substantial amount of evidence to prove that it does. And if I don't, I'll lose a lawsuit and they can sue for everything they want. So I have to have proof to back it up. Anything I say off the top of my head without hardcore evidence is basically considered hearsay in the common court of law. So you have to have evidence that this actually happened, because they'll strike it off they'll strike it. So you know, strike that. No, we can't use that because he doesn't have, that's basically hearsay. We need actual facts that your screen, and then you have to have a great deal of number of people that are going to actually say the same thing. And keep in mind, they can be sued also too if they can't back that evidence up. So like I said before, that when we finish with Crow, we're building a case. It takes a while to build a case. I have a lawsuit right now against a real estate agency that got me sick in my last house. It took 3 years for them to finally bring this to court. This is going to be a little faster. It's going to take 3 years. But it took 3 years to bring that to court. But anyway, it's going to take a little faster than that, because we do have a substantial amount of evidence and stuff like that. But I'm warning Mr. Partey that when we go through your channel, if I see anything in there about you mixing products or products not coming up the same way, anything coming up too dark, stuff like that, you got my attention. But you got my attention not on screen paints. You got my attention with my attorneys. We will be contacting you. If you feel that we can't locate you, we can. I can hire a private investigator. We can track down your whereabouts to make sure we know exactly who you are and to get in contact with you. To let you know that if you are doing these demonstrations where you're making my product seem darker than what it is, you're tampering with my product, doing stuff like that, we will be in contact with you. And keep in mind, you will receive the same lawsuit he will. Not so much with the contents, with the copyrights and stuff like that. That's something completely different. That's a separate lawsuit with him. But if you are out there spreading these lies and rumors, such as this individual was doing, and like I said, he's not going to win in court because he has to show proof that the item is doing this, and he doesn't have that proof at all. We all know that. So he's as good as sued. If you're doing the exact same thing he's doing, you'll basically we'll be filing a lawsuit against you also. And anybody else who feels the need to do the same thing. I don't mind going out and taking my products and doing your side-by-side demonstrations. If you like the product, you like it. I'm not expecting anybody to like what I make. That's virtually impossible. No one's going to like, everybody's not going to like what you like. Some people like it, some people don't. I got things in mind I don't like about other people's stuff, and some people love it, so you're not going to be able to satisfy everybody all the time. But to say that the product is unworkable, that it doesn't work, it doesn't function, you can't see it, that right there can get you sued. Making someone seem that they are a scammer when they're not, that right there can get you sued. A simple rumor can get you sued. If a rumor comes to life and enough people basically react to that rumor, that's a lawsuit for you. And I tell people, you do not want to get dragged into court over lawsuit. They can be brutal, brutal, brutal. Means some people say, well, I don't have $250,000. It doesn't make a difference if you don't have $250,000. You're going to get a $250,000 lien placed against you with interest. Do you have any idea what that will do to your credit? For you to be able to try to get a house, for you to try to send your kids to college, you can't do jack because you got this whopping $250,000 weight over top of your head. And then while it's over top of your head, it's collecting interest. So I know this stuff already. I got a lien on me right now. I got a lien on me from when I had to leave the house that I was living in that was killing me. They got a lien on me for 16 grand. That lien right now is up to about $30,000. So when my case lawyers will wipe all the way, that'll be gone because it was their fault. They got me sick. But they still hit me with one because, I left the house. I broke my lease and I had to leave. I had no choice. I'm going to stay in the house and die. So I left. You know what I mean? I let them know that there was mold in the property and they wanted to come down and do their half job. They do the half. One thing I'm going to tell people right now, piece of advice. If you are living on a property that has mold on it, just sound of mind. You have to contact the landlord. Yes, you do. But do not let them come in and do the repairs because they will do a half job. They'll paint over it, whatever. And then later on, you'll still be living in the house and you'll still be breathing in that poison because it'll still be in your system. Hire you an inspector to go through the property. Get your own inspector because it's going to be your word against them. That's what saved my butt on this lawsuit. Because get your own inspector. We hired a company called MCM. They went in. They did the whole job. It cost me $500 for them to come in, do the lab results, test the air, test everything in the house. Came back with high results saying, look, here you go, Mr. Bird. These are your test results. Your house is condemned. You shouldn't be here. We got another document you can pay for. We'll testify for you in court. That's what's going to save your butt. Because you're talking about the landlord. He could easily all kinds of stuff about you. Well, he wasn't paying his rent on time and damaged the apartment and stuff like that. They'll throw all kinds of stuff in there. You got to protect yourself. Don't trust them to come in. Report it. Do report it. But go in and pay for the testers to come in and test the property. Because now if you got to take them to court, you can go, well, look, here you go. There's this property right here. I got lab results right here of the property. What made me sick. And you'll go to the hospital. All that backs up. Wasn't there. They're done. They don't got a leg to stand on. How you gonna get around the lab result showing your property was sick? Which means you should have inspected your property to begin with because that lab result should have came up clean. Now, if the lab result comes up clean, then it's not their fault. It protects you, it protects them, and they can say, well, something else got you sick. They can say that. But that lab result comes up saying that place is condemned and sick, well, they're done. That's an open and shut case. Open and shut case. So before you do that, pay the money to have the inspector come down and inspect the property. Or if you're buying a property for the first time, get it inspected before you move in. But we're renting, so, that's something you don't think about when you're renting. When you're buying a house, then you go through the process of having people inspect the house and make sure it's legit. So you don't end up buying something you get stuck in, because once you get stuck into that, you're stuck with everything that comes with it when you buy. When you're renting, on the other hand, it's up to the landlord who's renting out the property to go in and inspect the property, make sure the property is safe for the tenant to move into. So that's their job, not yours. But if something pops up and you see something don't feel right, get your house inspected, get the apartment inspected, and that'll basically save your butt when you got to go into court, and they can't throw anything against you. Now, I got a $16,000, well, actually $30,000 lien on me right now. It doesn't affect me at all because God blesses me to be able to have my company running quite nicely. And if I need things, he blesses me to have what I have. Just like the ultra short throw projector, which I needed really bad, especially in a Christie, which I really wanted, and he blessed me to get it. So he provides for what I need, so I don't worry about that. I don't worry about this lien. This thing will be white once I go to court. The lawyers are going to wipe it clean, so I don't worry about that. But anyway, that's what I'm talking about. The lawsuits, when you get hit with these things, they get brutal. And that means if you have a lien that heavy against you, that lien is going to accumulate with interest every freaking year or every freaking month or wherever, how it goes. It's going to accumulate with interest. And that's going to be looking at this hefty lawsuit. You can't go get a house. Got a lien on you. Credit score is going to be trash. Got a lien on you. Can't go get a car, lease this or lease that. Got a lien sitting on you. Oh, it's pretty bad. And then, not only that, you got to pay on it. You got to pay monthly. Because each person can go to the courts and say, look, I want this and this and that every month. I want this payment every month. This is what I want every month. And if you can't, the court will do a little jest on how much you can pay out. They're not going to hit you with, like, you got to pay them $10,000, $20,000, because they know you can't pay within that means. That's impossible. But they are going to basically go through what you make financially, and they're going to choose on how much you're going to pay this individual every single month or however way he wants it. Say if you miss one of the payments, all right? An individual can go and say, look, he brings his document. I've done this before. They bring the document over to sheriff's department, and they'll say, look, this is the court order I have. This is what the person's supposed to pay me every month. This is the case that I won. I want to execute an auction on their items. And you can get an auction. You can have the sheriff's department draw it up. And next you know, you'll have some individuals will pop up at your front door with a moving van, and they will start taking your stuff to auction it off to pay off what you owe. Yep. I know all that stuff. So that's why I said, you know, you don't want to really go around doing dumb stuff, because you don't want to get yourself sued for doing dumb stuff. Whatever you do, you have to make sure you can back it up. Like all these sample sheets I have here, you see me working on right now. None of these sample sheets are designed for outdoors. None of them. These are all indoor screens. You never see me do one demonstration where I've ever taken any one of these sample sheets outside. I take one of these sample sheets outside, one of these companies attached to it, depending on how they are, they will come after you. They were like, what the freak is my screen doing outside? Oh, heck no. You're not going to take my screen outside. These things are not designed for outside. You're going to go out there and take my product out there, make it look bad, knowing that my screen is not designed for outdoors. It says it right here. It's an indoor screen only. And you knew what you were doing? Now, they'll send you a warning first. They'll send you a crease and disease. I'm going to butcher that right now. They'll send you that letter first. That letter basically tells you, warns you, like, okay, we got from Screen Innovation, what we got from them. We got that document. And you look at it like, okay, I see. Okay, all right. That gives me a chance to take two choices. Either I go keep doing what I'm doing, and they take me to court and sue me and say, look, Your Honor, we gave this to Mr. Bird, and Mr. Bird continued his actions. We did warn him, and I get sued. Or I basically heed the warning and go, all right, I'm done with them. I'm not going to bother with them anymore. That's what you do, one or the other. That's what Screen Innovation did to us. So that's why I know that either if we kept on going, they would have probably dragged me into court and tried to sue me, but I don't think they would have gotten that far, because I didn't slander or say anything nasty about their products at all. You know, I kept it clean. It's just I figured out that this screen couldn't put on angle gain, and that sparked their interest to basically look into my products. So they couldn't get me. They did that to bully me to begin with. But in the end, for them, it worked because I didn't remove their stuff. But in the end, it backfired because I used that piece of paper now as showing that I was able to intimidate them, which they really can't argue on that. So I can show that document off as many times as I want. I can talk about it and tell you honestly, I can do a side-by-side demonstration against their products, because as long as I keep it clean, as long as I say, hey, look, this is Screen Innovation, this is my product, and I keep same amount of light on both screens, and I use with the same projector they use for requirements or whatever. I keep everything by the book. I don't do anything where I put more light on this side and keep it dark on this side, or I'll mix something in to make this really dark like this and say, hey, look, this is how their product comes up. This is how my product comes up. Or doing fake unboxings and stuff like that. That'll get you sued. I forgot it's called definition of character. Something they call it, but that's what it's called. So that's what he did. That's where he messed up. So that's why we have a message to Mr. Partey. When we go through your accounts, we find out, do you have any videos in there? Because I don't pay him any mind. I don't go in his accounts. I don't talk about them or nothing. But if I find out that you did do anything like that, we'll be in touch. We will be contacting you. If we can't find you, we will. That's all to it. All right, let's move on. Let me see. All right, these are the matinees. I wonder if Seymour even got anything new in. I haven't been over there for a while. That's Black Diamond. I mean, that's a DMP Supernova. Oh, that was a pain in the neck to get my hands on this. I had to go through 3 emails to get my hands on this. And then I had to send an additional $20 to get it. That's them. This is Crow's product up here. So we're gonna have the Cinemax is going to be here. The person just contacted me. They were out of town doing something, and they just contacted me, and she said no problem. She'll place the order. So she's going to place the order for the Cinemax. That's the first one we want to get here, because, as I said before, the discussion I had, one of the people in the room, they were saying, well, out of all his screen paints, the Cinemax being a light gray screen, has the ability to pull contrast level. If you pull that off, only one company I know right now has that technology, and that's Black Diamond. They have that technology right now. They have a screen. I saw the demonstration. I was looking at it first, like, what the freak is that? The screen was white, and then when he moved it, it turned jet black. I was like, well, what do you do? What the heck is that? Touche. Touche. Give him the credit on that. I might not be a big fan of the man, but I got to give him his credit. And they got some stuff over there. That's why I can't wait to do side-by-sides with them, because they're the ones we really want to do the side-by-sides the most. This is the sandwich sheets that come with Vivistore. That's the Vivistore right there. These are screen paint products. So we'll put these over here. No, these are all screen paint products. We'll put it over there. And this one right here is, who is this? This is Vivistore. That's them right there. That's their sample sheets. Now see how the sample sheets come in? Nothing on them. They came just like this. Nothing on them at all. Only one came with a label telling me it was an ultra short throw, but they came with nothing on. No instructions, nothing. So I can't. I just have to look it up on them. The DMP Supernova we have here. These are all DMP Supernovas. So we have all the screens stacked up here. We're going to clean these down today, get them nice and clean. Yeah, I need a filing cabinet or something for this. But yeah, so, you know, and not only that, you know, the individual that made an Instagram account. Yeah, he made an Instagram account. He made an Instagram account. He posted my address. It's no big deal where I live at. No big deal at all, period. I just explained to people crystal clear that, look, I'm not trying to be a non-Christian here, but I'm trained. I'm licensed to carry. So I do know how to handle, clean, modify a firearm. My father was military. We raised from a different cloth. We want to raise how kids and stuff are raised today. My dad wasn't that kind of person. He trained his kids for survival. That's what he raised us. Hunt, all that stuff. You know, God rest his soul, but I think he probably passed on by now. But that's all he was. He was a strict, very, very strict individual. Very strict individual. There was no hugging or none of that stuff. We shook hands, came in a bow face. He was a soldier to him. He wasn't considered to be. He was a man the day you came out the womb. That's how he looked at you. That's how he looked at you. That's it. There was no playing catch in the backyard and none of that nonsense. That stuff didn't exist. He was raised to be a man, to be dependent, self-sufficient, learn to survive. That's what he was raised to be. And that's how he raised us. So I'm glad he did, because it learned me, I can run a company out of a closet, literally. I push the drive to build a company from anywhere I want. Push the drive to do whatever I need to do to get it done. That's how I was raised. That's what I was raised. I remember we used to have fights. It was 10 of us. And we used to always get in fist fights all the time over the dumbest stuff. And he'd come in, he would basically put the boxing gloves on us and let us throw it, get it in. And we still had fight left in us. Then he'd get 2 shovels and dig a hole till you disappear. Not body, not dig a hole till you literally disappear. You know how much dirt comes out of a hole when you dig a hole till you disappear? And then come out there and go, boy, what you doing in my backyard? Bury the dirt. I've never understood. Why would you dig a hole? You end up with more dirt out of the hole than you started with the hole. So by the time you got done doing all that, you was beat, tired, body was aching, back was killing you. You weren't thinking about fighting no more. You was thinking about sleeping. And by the time you crawl into bed, up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you come and beating the trash can lids together. Time to get up, time to go, move it, move it, move it. That's why my ex could never understand why I was up every day in the morning at 4 o'clock, wide awake, no coffee, no nothing, just up. Got to go to work. Couldn't understand, because I was programmed that way. Get up. Be up, be up, be up, be up. Whether you were sick, whether I was sick, whether I wasn't feeling good that day, be up, be up. You got work to do, got work to do, got work to do. Get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. That's why you see me up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning doing this. My brain is as wired as be up, get it done. Something pops into my head, it has to be finished, it has to be done. No excuses, got to be done. So I was raised that way. So, you know, people, that's why I didn't mind the customer coming down where I live. Very polite gentleman came down, asked for permission, came down. But when people make comments about, oh, we're just going to pop up, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, well, I'm not, I got a neighborhood up here. This neighborhood is very interesting. I didn't know what's what when I came down this neighborhood. When I started bringing my black cases out of my U-Haul truck, you know what black cases are. I started bringing my black cases out of my U-Haul truck. I had a few people staring at me. This is before COVID hit. So, no, COVID was hitting around this time. COVID was out around this time. But it wasn't really like active. Had a few people, a bunch of people staring at me when I was bringing my black cases out of the U-Haul truck. And they were like, they were just talking. And I'm thinking like, I should have covered up with some plastic bags, but I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to get out of the house. And I didn't think about covering them up when I was bringing them out. And they were just staring. A neighbor came over and said, you got license for those. I'm like, oh, we got this is gonna be this kind of neighborhood where now people want to come up and ask me whether or not my credentials on what I'm carrying out of my truck. I'm not having that up here because I'm up here for peace of mind to be left the freak alone and do my job. And I don't want no Karens up here. I want people to leave me the freak alone while I'm up here working. But no, they were officers. This neighborhood is full of undercovers, cops, bounties. That's what I found out. But when I first moved up here, I was like, well, who's who? People across the street over here, my neighbors, they're police officers. The people over here, they're police officers. The guy over here, you might hear the bike going off from time to time. He's a bounty hunter. He and his wife are bounty hunters. So there's a whole lot of military and everything up and all in this area. We got something around here. We got something up here that goes off from time to time. There's air horn. I was outside and I was on camera and the air horn went off and I was like, oh, snap. I just got this place. And now we're going to have a war. It was an air horn going off, but there's some kind of test facility around here. But yeah, this area is all freaking unders and retirees and military and all that stuff. You'll see a lot of flags and stuff over here on people's lawns and stuff. But very nice, very respectable people. And I said, yeah, I got my paperwork and everything. So, you know, showed them paperwork and all. Okay, carry on. I'll put my stuff in the house. So that's what I said. If you come up here acting a fool and you want to carry on, then, you know, I carry non-lethals on me because I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to harm anybody. And I got my lethals downstairs. I got my non-lethals, yeah, pepper rounds, all that stuff like that. I carry all that stuff. So I don't want to harm or hurt anybody, but I tell people that, you know, be respectful. Don't do dumb stuff like that. That's how my house is designed, and I love this house so much. I'll tell you why. I wish I didn't have, well, the neighbors over here, they're nice. I wish I had the 4 acres and I had this house. This house is beautiful the way it's designed. It has a beautiful, accurate view. My cameras can trace everything coming in and out of the neighborhood, the way they're set up. So the way when you come around that corner, those cameras hit that corner, that area from the top. And when you come down to the driveway, they hit the driveway, they hit everywhere. When you walk up into this house, when it's up in this area, it's so dark. That's why it's all dark and weeded in this area. You can't see jack coming in. We can see everything coming in and out. Here and here, I can see it all coming in. If a person were to come in this way, you're tagged. If a person were to take off this way, you're tagged. There's a view all the way around the corner, you're still tagged. There's nowhere you can get any pinpoints in the area without being tagged. It's like a bottleneck. That's what reminds me of. It's a bottleneck, like walking an army through a bottleneck. Once you pop out in it, you're done. There's nowhere to go. You're caught in between here and here. I love it. I wish I had this property on 4 acres. This would be beautiful, but then again, on 4 acres, you wouldn't need that. But anyway, I just tell people to be respectful. He's a very nice person. He came down. I met him last month I met him. Cool dude. And he was like, yeah, I'm from Philadelphia. And he was talking about all the stomping grounds. Like, yeah, I remember the place. Yeah, Richard Allen Projects, 33rd and Diamond, 5th and Allegheny. I grew up in all those rough neighborhoods like that. And he was from that area. I'm surprised I don't know him because I know everybody up in that area. So me and him got to talking and stuff. And I was like, yeah, you're North Philadelphia, boy. That's cool. So we got to talking. He said, Mr. Bird, I don't live too far from where you at. Can I drive down there and pick it up? I said, oh, sure, come on. I usually don't do that, but he came down and picked it up. Real cool dude, got out, talked a little bit. He didn't come in the house the first time. He'd been there twice. He didn't come down the first time. He came the first time. He came down. We swapped projector. No, I gave him a new projector. And I gave him a projector now. So I got 10 of the Christies. I got to get rid of some of these things. I can't ship those things. The shipping costs are expensive. So he came down and said, you want a projector? And he was like, sure. I said, you take this one right here. And he says, nice. He took the Christie, and the Christie had the lamp was damaged in it. I didn't know it. He brought it back, got another one. So he's coming back again. He's coming back next week because we got, I bet you $100 he's over by my projector. Madam. Yeah, again. What is your obsession with that section right there? Good gracious. I'll have to bolt that to the wall today. I don't run the risk of losing my projector or something stupid. She's checked the head against it. Yeah, but he came down. We swapped out the projectors and all that. And that was pretty cool. So he's gonna be coming down to meet family. He's a real cool dude. I'm pretty sure some of my family knows him. They had to know him because he's right in the areas where I grew up at. A lot of areas where I was living at. He's in that area. I know he knows some people. He grew up in Indiana. I got people down there. So I know he knows some. He got to know some of my people. So yeah, I'm gonna bring him down. We're gonna have a barbecue. We're gonna have probably about. I'm gonna keep this light because I want a lot of people in here. But we're probably going to have about 8 people in here, and we're going to have a barbecue. I invited him to come down and have a barbecue, but as soon as I get the predator yard cut out, we'll go in the backyard. I will show you the predator. Why I call it the predator yard. Real nice person that came down. Man, we talk about everything, don't we, people? That's the one thing I love about when I come on here. I'll talk about, yeah, we got a product coming out, but I'll share something with you. I don't mind sharing something. Even the haters, I don't mind the haters. Haters, I don't hate y'all. You gotta understand, at the end of the day, I don't hate y'all. I don't sit up here all angry and upset because you say nasty things to me. I've been in this business for over 12 years. Do you have any idea the kind of stuff I've already been through already? I got a thick coat of skin. You can say all kinds of nasty things about me. That don't bother me at all, period, one bit. Come on, I heard it all. I even heard one time, and a lot of you not, I had someone call me the N-word one time in a freaking business meeting. Yeah. I've had my fair share for whatever this, that, and the other. In a business meeting, think I didn't hear him under his breath. He didn't like the fact that I bought something out that was a little bit more advanced than his and called me the N-word. So yeah, I done heard it all. Please. I done been kicked off sites, ABS forums. I've been kicked off their sites. I've been kicked off Projector Central and all different forum sites, all kinds of stuff. You got to have a thick skin in this business. You call everything under the book. I tell people, you want to get in the business, man, one thing to have, you got to have a thick skin. Can't care what other people think. If you know your product is good, you know it's doing what it's supposed to do, you can back it up with your tests, who cares what other people think? You do what you need to do every single day. Don't let anything discourage you. Do what has to be done. When y'all people come on here and they call me nasty names, tell them this, that, and the other, you think I go home and cry on my pillow? No, I laugh at you. That's all you got? Half the stuff that I've been through in this business? Man. No, I'm good. Trust me. Got a nice thick coat of armor. I'm good. That's why I'm up every morning, and you will continue to see me up every single morning, doing what I do best, providing the best for my customers. And it felt great to have somebody come down to the house. Also, too, it helps me out because I was turned into I think it's agoraphobic. Agoraphobic, that's a person that never leaves their house. That's what it is. I think a lot of people was turning into agoraphobics when COVID hit. And the fact that, I got everything I need here, and I don't have to go anywhere, and this, that, and the other, that became a very, very, very interesting issue. Because when it got to the point that I knew it was bad that when my little ones came down, and I know they don't have anything, but when they came down, I held the little girl for a little bit. The mother's fully vaccinated, so I don't worry about that, And I held the little girl for a little bit. I haven't seen my little ones in such a long time. And when I held her, everything was okay. Everything was fine. But that fast, that quick, when they left, my anxieties kicked in. Because I felt a little different, and just different in comfort. What I'm used to feeling every day, I felt something a little different. And the first thing popped in my mind, she could have had the virus and it could have passed it on to me. And I wasn't even vaccinated at all, period. Nowhere near that. And the not being able to breathe and freaking heart racing and all that crap kicking in and paramedics coming to the house and all that stuff, because all this was triggered off of my head. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm never going to be near anybody ever again. Not going to touch anybody. I'm going to get this place up here, drop this money on this 4 acres and just disappear and just stay away from everybody. That's the last thing you want to do. So that's anxiety's doing that nonsense. So I had to learn to get that under control. So it's nice to be able to go get the shots. And then bit by bit, try to ease out there, having him come over, a whole different person. Because the people that usually come down here to see me are people I see every single day. These are people I know. This is a different stranger. That was a help for me. And I didn't have any anxiety attacks, nothing at all. I'm getting it under control. I'm learning to be able to step outside my door and try to live my life as normal as possible. And, it helps to be able to go out and meet new people, but also to keep it safe. I had an anxiety attack when the cat came through. Ooh, we had a big one, and that one came through. She was going to definitely kill me. My throat was going to close up and all that nonsense. Yeah, it's just all in your head sometimes. Baby steps, people. Baby steps. Baby steps. I'll be sooner or later, I'll be going to Home Depot and I'll be buying my supplies and we'll be painting this and painting that. I'm careful, but still take them baby steps. So this right here is my mix. That's the product we made right there, our own screen paint. We have to do this too. We have to make our own screen paints and put every theory you could possibly think of. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to testing. This is the crazy part, the fun part of it all. When you design a gray screen or black screen, now say we're designing a black screen, okay? You have to mix every form of scenario that you could possibly think of that a person's going to mix together to make their own black screen paint and put it against your own screen paint. Do you know we do that? I don't think Crow understands that we do that already from the door. You have to do that. That's one of the things, the first thing you should be doing. It's to test everything. Go get bare, silver screen, this, get that, the other, mix, make everything you could possibly think of, put against the screen, because this eliminates the fact of someone trying to come close to figuring out your product. That's what you do. So you have to test other screens out and you have to make your own. So that's why we did chalk paint and all this other stuff we put against the screen. Black paint, that's why I had the demonstrations there. When the guy came in and started acting up, talking about, oh, but your stuff is black paint. It's black paint. Oh, is it? Here you go. Here's a demonstration of some black paint right here and our product right here. You do know that black comes in multiple shades, right? They can have black in 30 or 40 different shades. You can go to Home Depot and say, hey, give me black. They'll be like, what shade you want? Here's the color. Here's the color sample. Pick out what color you want. It comes in multiple shades. But still, they all produce the same thing. They all produce the same poor white level, no matter what. Because that paint is not designed to pick up a white level. It's black. It's just paint. It's pigment. It's a black pigment. It's not designed to pull white level. But they're all going to pull contrast at the same time because they're all black. So the difference between our technology is black, but it has something inside of it to make it to see a white level. And that's what makes it different from the black paint. But they will all pull up the same contrast. They just can't pull up the same all white level. That's the difference. So that's why we have to do those tests by showing you the difference between our product and black paint. So eventually, somewhere down the line, that video was made, that video was made about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was made 2 years ago. So 2 years later, somebody can come to my channel and go, oh, it's just black paint. Oh, really? There you go. There's a demonstration right there. That's why. When I came in and started running his mouth about saying your product, you're using your cell phone settings to make it look good. Here we go. 3 videos. These were designed just for you guys. When you guys come in my room and start talking about this, we got a video here showing me doing a live stream, off a live stream, showing me changing my settings on my phone, and I'm going to change on the other end. What about your product in chalk paint? Here you go. Demonstration on chalk paint. What about black fabric? Here's the video, black fabric. You got to do all this tests. That's why when we keep requesting for him to show off his contrast levels on the UV mix versus a white screen, he doesn't do that. He beats around the bush and there's something completely different. When we're asking and requesting for you to pull your projector back and do the demonstration on your surface, which is at Cinemax, he failed to do, next to a black screen to see if they pull up the same black level, he left that part out. He just did a screen. But now today, since your product will be here, and the order's going through today, we got the order coming through, and we'll do the unboxing. We will see if your screen, we got a 720p projector, or I'll buy the same projector you got in the video. I'll buy the same one. I'll buy the same projector you got in the video. We'll pull it back. We'll use it upstairs, because upstairs and the master bedroom has the most amount of light. It's probably a good simulator of his environment. So we'll pull that one back and we'll put the projector all the way back. We'll do the demonstration and we'll pull the same OLED demonstration that you pulled with that black surface, or our screens are black anyway. We'll just stick one of those in the middle and see if you pull up the exact same contrast level to match that screen. Since you didn't do the demonstration right, we gotta do it for you. Any other one of these companies, I don't have that problem with. None of these companies I have this problem with when we do their tests against their stuff. Nobody. You're the only one that makes those accusations. So we'll see whether or not if that product is going to pull a 100% contrast level next to a black screen. Until then, people, we got silver to do. So you're going to see the screen on probably around, we wanted to do it right away, but we got to wait for the surface to get here. The surface that's coming, it's going to be styrofoam. We ordered a special kind of styrofoam. It's pretty, I'll show you we got the styrofoam one, how we're going to design the screen. It's cheap, it's going to cost like 40 bucks. Probably going to get 130 out of it. And we're going to build this screen. We're going to coat it, do the whole demonstration. We got to prime the surface first with this stuff. We got the Wagner 250s cleaned up, ready to go. Wagner 250 is not expensive. A spray, you want to know, you can get it for like 60 bucks, a lot of money. And then you can basically just, and on top of that, keep in mind, you use it over and over again. If you're doing anything else, but I got to seal my deck to go out there. So we're going to have the screen probably done by, we're going to do the demonstration, paint on everything is going to be done. I got to do this outside. That's a good thing I did buy the battery generator, because I can just plug my equipment up outside and just go. We're going to do the paint on outside, so we get a chance to see the whole demonstration from there. That's going to have to be pre-recorded, because my cameras are not going to pick up unless I do some experimenting and I get a booster. I need to get, again, I have to keep forgetting to get the boosters. Good gracious, Bird. I need to get a booster there. I put the booster and I'm going to do a test. If it works out there and my signal can go from out there, good, we'll do it live. I need to go order me a booster right now because I keep forgetting about this. All right, so Wednesday, we're going to be ready to set up to do the demonstrations. The first demonstration you're going to see on this is going to be me building the screen, priming the screen, painting the screen with the new formula. Show how easy it is to use with the Wagner paint sprayer when we apply it on. Then after that, when the screen dries, we'll start the test demonstrations. I figured probably by next week, probably a Monday or Tuesday, it will be available on the website. Okay. All right, people. We talked about a lot today, didn't we? A whole lot. Now, what time is it? Pretty much. I'm not going to sleep right now, so I got some things to work on the website right now. And tomorrow morning, I got to get up and I have to transfer money over to her so she can start placing the orders. So we can get that taken care of. We're not placing the orders ourselves, and the reason why is because, like I said, he does some really dirty stuff. If we place the orders and he knows it's coming to us, we run the risk of him basically tampering with the product, adding something in that shouldn't be, or sending us stuff that we didn't request for. If we ask for Cinemax, I guarantee he will not send us that. He'll send us something else, even that's what we requested. And he'll do that over and over again, knowing that, try to discourage us from ordering from him again. So if he's going to go through what we've been through in the past, what we've learned already from this fellow, he doesn't do things correctly. He does things dishonestly. So the only way to do this and to make sure he doesn't know who is ordering this, we have somebody over in California who's placing the order. So he won't know who's basically placing the order. He can't tamper with it. He can't come online and say we sent them the wrong stuff. He can't say, oh, we send him back his own product. We don't make silver paint. Well, we do make silver paint now. Can't really say that now, but he can't say, we sent it back his own product. He doesn't have a black product or a dark product, so you really can't say that either. So I don't know. We're just not giving him the opportunity. We're not entertaining the thought. That's all to it. Better we have someone take care of it than that we doesn't know where it's coming from. Now, let's see how he reacts in the next couple of days if he goes in and removes the website, which I said, when you remove a Wix website, it ain't coming back. It ain't like an eBay account. It's a different setup. So let's see if he removes the site, or let's see if he basically let's put all the scenarios in here right now so we can basically see this coming. Let's say if he puts in he's out of stock and he doesn't have it anymore. He could do that. You're out of stock out of a product that pretty much physically that's full. We already know that's a lie from the door. So if he does that one, we already know that's him running. If I don't know, there's more excuses he could possibly have, or he ran out of certain elements to make it. That's a lie too. That would definitely be a lie. Anything else? That product disappears and it's not there, or he comes up. We say he's making a new version of it, and the old version is being removed for something new. He's redesigning his product. That's another lie too. We all know that too. So it doesn't make a difference. Either we get the Cinemax or we buy them all. Either you're going to remove every last one of them off the website. That's what you're going to have to do. We're going to order everything you have on there tomorrow. But we're definitely going to get our hands on that Cinemax. It will be here on this table. As I mark my words. And when I say I'm going to do something, I put my mind to it, it's going to get done. Mark my words. It's going to be on this kitchen table. And we're going to do the unboxing and do what has to be done. Guarantee you 100% it'll be here on this table. So let's get this done, get this started, and see if this product does what it's supposed to do. All right, with that being said, I'm so glad I put my stuff inside. It's raining like cats and dogs right now. With that being said, let me get out of here. I still got some more work to do, and I got to get this set up for you guys. With that being said, got to go in. God bless.